Hello guys and welcome back to another video. The video idea, which was supposed to be for last week, was first going to be how the revival of Among Us killed the rising popularity of Fall Guys. Some more credible channels just posted something similar to that idea, so I scrapped it. Next, I was going to review the new Minecraft features for Minecraft 1.17, but then talking to a friend about it, I realized that I only focused on the highlight video and missed a ton of content that went along with it. Now, in a prior video, I said I would do a Mandalorian Season 2 video, and the time is here. I will be reviewing each shot from the trailer and then making a wild guess on what the plot could be. So, let's get into it. The trailer begins with one planet in front of another. The further planet rises as the damaged Razor Crest, barely being powered by its engines, moves along. The next shot contains the Mandalorian walking near a town on what looks like another desert planet, with a child still in its upgraded crib. With a Tusken Raider and a Bantha, Tatooine being one of the planets that he visits is all but confirmed. A fixed Razor Crest flies into a snowy canyon, leading to Baby Yoda looking out into the snow. Behind him you can notice the Razor Crest remains after being apparently crashed. The trailer moves onto what looks like a fishing market filled with people. The actor rumored to play Ahsoka stands in the crowd with a cloak on, and her face is still human. Mando looks at the supposed Jedi, but she disappears, and then he and the child both glance at each other, showing that they both saw her. On the same Sea Market planet, what looks like a Hammerhead Corvette has been repurposed as a boat. The Razor Crest flies flanked by X-Wings and then is fleeing from them. The Mandalorian rides a speeder into the desert. Next, the shock trooper and his old boss walk in front of an archway. Some TIE Outlanders take off, preceded by some stormtroopers in an alarmed hallway, and then speeder bikes jump from a landing platform. Shots of Mando almost drowning, then entering an icy cave. He carries the child with him as the trailer moves to a speeding ship crashing to the ground. It ends with the Mandalorian being jumped by some thugs at a bar. He defeats them as the child hides in his crib, and the title card runs. With almost 2 minutes that we got from the trailer, we have learned a lot. This season will focus on Mando finding a Jedi to take care of the child. This means that the planets that he visits must have some importance to the Jedi. For my theorized plotline, we will begin in a familiar place, Tatooine. When we last left off, the Mandalorian had very little information to go off of, so I started with a planet that would make sense to the history that Mandalore has had with the Jedi. Obi-Wan was a well-known person to their people since the Clone Wars, and without any other leads, the Mandalorian would go to his home first. While there, they would search his house for anything that could get him closer to finding the whereabouts of the Jedi. The item that would move their quest along is the Kaminoan Poison Dart, back from all the way to Attack of the Clones. Before leaving, he'll enter the bar for some directions to get there. A group of thugs jump him, and Mando will take them out quickly. The remaining thugs follow this ship, and they damage it, which gives us the first scene from the trailer. Mando arrives on Kamino, and with his ship in need of repair, he hires someone to take him to the old cloning factories. The mysterious Jedi, who I actually believe to be Ahsoka Tano, though the trailer will hide that fact because they actually do that sometimes with Disney, will notice him and follow. The Mandalorian meets with some Kaminoans and learns more about the Clone Wars. The mention of Obi-Wan Kenobi and how the Jedi used to be situated on Coruscant occurs in the conversation. The Kaminoan ends by saying that they should go to Bosnian Prime, where all the information the Mandalorian would need could be found. Escorted by X-Wings, he goes to Bosnian Prime and locates the planet important to the Jedi, Ilum. Taking the child there, he finds a huge Imperial operation headed by the remnants of the Empire. The Mandalorian scouts out an area with the child remaining on the ship, but something calls to the child deep within the caves, so it goes out on its own. The Mandalorian returns to a ship after spotting and taking out a patrol and escapes, and now they know that the Empire is no longer secret with their operation. In a hurry, he notices that the child's cradle is gone, so he returns to Navarro and gets help from the only people that he can, his boss and the old shock trooper. In haste, they return to Ilum, but the Empire knows they are coming and launches TIE Outlanders to intercept. the Razor Crest is shot down in a dogfight and crash lands into the canyon below. The crew then finds the child standing alone at the entrance to the cave. The shock trooper and his boss guard as they enter, and when this is happening, Ahsoka is following them, making sure that the child is safe. With the Empire alerted of the Razor Crest, Moff Gideon arrives on Ilum. The facility is put on lockdown as scouts are released to find the crash. Avoiding the patrols, the two also enter the cave as well. Ahsoka also finds the cave, eliminating the scouts, but the Moff is already coming. Taking a squad into the cave, the Moff finds the good guys, finding Baby Yoda staring at his kyber crystal. The final duel ensues as the Jedi and the Mandalorian battle Gideon as he uses the Darksaber, and the other two defeat the troopers that the Moff brought with them. In the end, Ahsoka hands Mando the Darksaber, the child gets its kyber crystal, and the crew escapes on the Moff ship, with him and all the troopers there dead. Ahsoka is not the right person to take the child, so they must look for the legend Luke Skywalker. As well as that, the Mandalorian must rebuild his race while leading with the Darksaber. My plotline takes as much information as I could from the trailer, interpreting it, and then connecting the dots, allowing a full story to make sense. I decided to start on Tatooine, since in the first season, the Mandalorian has already visited that location. The main Jedi on Tatooine was Obi-Wan Kenobi, so it only made sense to bring the hero there. The water planet was a mystery that proved more difficult, but I decided on Kamino, since that would link it to Obi-Wan. The Kaminoans had knowledge about the events in the Clone Wars involving the Jedi, so I made the logical leap from that to Bosnian Prime. With the information they could find there, they could get to Ilum. In my finale, I made the child split up because in some shots on the icy planet, he wasn't there with the Mandalorian. So I found a way to remove him, as well as make Mando need help from his old friends. The Darksaber felt like a proper end to the season in Mando's possession. I knew that Ahsoka's mission was to find Ezra at the end of Rebels, so the person to get the child wouldn't be her. Luke was the final choice that just made sense. Well guys, that's going to do it for the video. I'm pumped for the second season and can't wait to see where this takes the Star Wars universe. I haven't made a video in over a week, so sorry about that as well. It's almost my birthday, which means another video that won't really fit with my main content focus. Kahoot will be getting a sequel before the end of 2020, so get ready for that as well. It's going to be way better than the first one, which isn't that hard to beat anyway. Like and subscribe if you have enjoyed, and see you guys next time.